Alright guys, we are back for more of my 2025 4th of July special. We just played some Sonic and the Secret Rings for the Nintendo Wii, and that was a whole lot of fun. But before we get started with our next segment, I did pick up a special guest during the break, and that is Video Game Fan 96.
Hello everybody.
So anyways, for our next segment, we are going to be playing... That's right! Mario Party 8 for the Nintendo Wii. So let's see how this goes. Alright, let's of course choose my file.
Welcome to the Star Carnival!
And let's head off to the party tent. We'll do a battle royale like always. One player, and I'm of course going to play as Mario. Alright, let's see which computer players we're going to be taking on this game. We're facing against Birdo, Yoshi, and Daisy. We're just going to do 10 turns. And we'll have the computer players on normal difficulty. And I'm going to have Dominic pick the board here on what we play on, since I do have him with me as a special guest. Yeah, Goomba's Booty Boardwalk definitely does sound very nice. And plus, I think it's the most appropriate board to play on right now, since it is summertime right now. But anyways, let's have a great game. Alright, let's see who's going first. Alright, looks like I'm going second. That's not too bad. So Yoshi's going first, I'm going second, Daisy's going third, and Birdo's going last. So we of course gotta try to make our way to the end of the boardwalk to get a star from Captain Goomba. So anyways, let's get this party started. Alright, a 2 for Yoshi to start off. Alright, my turn. And looks like we're getting a 2 as well. Not much of a good start for us, but it is early. Alright, Daisy gets a 7, and she's gonna get Springo candy. Alright, heading to Birdo. A 1.
Daisy is literally the only person who even rolled decently.
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit weird if you ask me right here, but it is only the first turn. Anyways, we're starting off with a 4-player minigame, and it slipped the chip. I'm not a big fan of this one.
Not a good way to start this off, because it is one of my least favorite minigames in the game, especially since the controls are not all that responsive here.
I have to agree with you there. This is the point right here on why I'm not a big fan of this particular minigame to begin with right here. Sometimes when I play it, the controls would be unresponsive. But so far things are looking very good for us. And we mistake. Yeah, that's right. Gotta say, I'm very impressed for the way we handled that first mini game, even though I'm not a big fan of it, like I said. Alright, so Yoshi's gonna get a 7 this time, and he's gonna get bowl candy. Alright, back over to me. Alright, a 5. And we get bowl candy, that's not bad. Good old Subway reference there. But Daisy just rolled a 6, so she's paying for the dolphin shuttle. And Daisy lost her remaining 3 coins on that red space. I nade for Birdo, and she gets Springo candy. Looks like she's paying for that dolphin shuttle. She's gonna get the lucky space on top of that!
That's a good move there, Birdo.
Man, she's lucky! Alright, now we're doing a 1 versus 3. Alright, let's hope for something good here. Alright, Gun the Runner. This one is not too bad. And I'm pairing up with Yoshi and Birdo.
Basically, this particular minigame I think is unfair towards the solo player because it seems that you can get it quite easily, and that's why I'm not this minigame on the solo side.
Yeah, depending on the team player's skills that they have right here on this particular minigame, depends on whether or not the solo player is going to have a good chance to make it to the top in time. Oh, Daisy's already getting close to the top. I don't know about this. Yes! We just barely won that! Wow! That was close! Yeah, we should definitely feel proud of ourselves for that, for how that went. Yoshi gets the 3, yeah. Alright, anyways, over to me, and I don't want to use my bowl candy right now. Alright, I'm gonna get a 4. So, if I just keep going straight right here, that's gonna send me on the red space right here. But I will still pay 20 coins for this dolphin shuttle. Alright, what does Daisy roll this time? A 4. Well, she had no money to lose on that red space. Alright, 9 for Birdo. And that's gonna pretty much make her get a free star here. So Birdo may have an early lead right here, but We still have plenty of time to bounce back. Bro's also going to pay for this dolphin shuttle. And it looks like Berto loses some coins on that red space. So this time it's going to be a 2 versus 2. Let's see what we have here. Grabby Gridiron. Alright, Yoshi's my teammate on this one. Alright, let's try to get 5 footballs to our side first. Oh, yeah, I do remember that one.
Specifically on hard difficulty. But if I remember correctly on that one, I believe the only board I did not win in was the
Well, either way, that is good to know right here that you managed to do pretty well on most of those boards while you were actually playing them on the hard difficulty. So anyways, Yoshi just bought some thrice candy right here. Alright, so let's go ahead and go back to me. And I'm still not going to use my bowl candy. Alright, 9. Alright, what do you think? Should we pay for this dolphin shuttle?
Well, you did roll a 9, so let's check your map and see where you would land on.
Okay, so let me see if I can actually do this right here, depending on where I go. So basically, I think this is the spot where I would go right here if I use the dolphin shuttle. If I'm calculating this right here, I think it would send me on that red space over there.
Well, since it's going to send you to a red space, I would suggest you not ride it and just continue going forward.
Alright, we won't pay for this one. But this will take us to a candy shop right here. Should we stop by there?
Let's see what they have in stock.
I hope they have some good ones in there. Okay, looks like we have Springo candy, thrice candy, and dual candy.
Well, in that case, never mind, considering that they all cost 20 coins, and that if they have 29 coins now, so we don't save up their money.
Well, it doesn't really matter too much what we do, because the stars are all going to be free.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I guess in that case, well, let's see, there's a new one candy that you over there. What were the other two?
Springo and thrice.
We'll go over the thrice then.
Yeah, that sounds like a good choice. Let's do that. It was...
Basically, to those who don't know me, yeah, this board is my least favorite board in the whole game because of being super boring. Granted, you can argue the same thing with Peach's birthday cake, but at least on that board has a very nice looking cake and that it's, you know, so at least I don't really have to actually use this. I don't know, I just don't really care for this board. It's not bad.
And for the thrice candy that we just bought right here, it will especially help in terms of distance right here for sure. But anyways, let's see what our next minigame is. Alpine Assault. So looks like we're going snowboarding. Yeah, I certainly do think this is a fun one to play.
It kind of reminds me of alpine skiing from Sonic and the Winter Olympics.
Yeah, it's sort of like that a little bit, from what I, of course, do remember of that. Okay, that was a little bit of a weird jump right there that I just had. Okay, got the win right there. Alright, 4 turns down right now, so let's go ahead and see what happens next as we continue on. So Yoshi's gonna bring out his thrice candy. For this particular board, in general, right here in my personal opinion, I do think it is pretty good overall, especially for the way that the stars can be free. And Yoshi now gets a monkey space! Unbelievable!
No, that's what I call.
Yeah, no kidding right there!
And the reason why I said bull crud there is because, he thinks family friendly. But even then, no. First Birdo got there, and now Yoshi, unbelievable.
Yeah. Okay, but anyway, so let's go ahead and use our thrice candy right here. Alright, we're gonna get a 1, a 3, and a 7 for a total of 11. Not a good total for what I was hoping for out of that.
At least it's better than what I got on my triple dice that one time. On Super Mario Party Jamboree on the triple dice one where I rolled a million out of it.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that in a little bit right here, but it looks like Daisy's getting some guava candy from that pinata. But yeah, but what Dominic was saying, it is actually a true story, because he actually witnessed this one time in Super Mario Party Jamboree when him and I were playing it together on the Rolling Raceway. Alright, here, and the one time when he brought the turbo dice on that board, and that gave him an extremely low total right here. That's just pretty insane from what I do remember on that moment.
And so, yeah, Birdo got a 5, and she was able to get the star there, which I'm not all that surprised, if I'm being honest here.
Yes, so now she's up to 2 stars while the rest of us have nothing. And it's time for a battle minigame, or Pokemon battle as you'd like to call it.
Pokemon battle!
And it's 10 each. Yeah, let's find out where we're gonna play. Oh boy, it's the luck-based one. Come from the team.
The funny thing is, I was thinking about this one, but hey, if Daisy ends up losing, at least we'll probably end up getting a very funny voice clip I like.
Yeah, I would really like to hear that, actually. That sure would be very nice to hear. Alright, looks like Birdo is going first. She's going with the straight on the far right, and looks like she's safe. Now it is Daisy's turn.
Get it out.
Well, you're in luck, because Daisy just got out right there. That's just so funny every time that happens. Alright, I'm gonna try that string. Oh, I'm out too!
Alright, this is the boyfriend and girlfriend now.
That's right, considering that it's Yoshi and Birdo left.
Yoshi, I'm rooting for you to win.
Who knows what could happen here? Anything is possible. And looks like Yoshi did win.
Good job, Yoshi. I would have rather had the ambulance win, but oh well.
Yeah, it's just a shame that I got out right away after my first string that I caught right there. But you always don't know what's going to happen when it comes to luck-based mini games. But anyways, we're on the last 5 turns now. Alright, here are the current standings. Alright, so Bertle's in first place. Yoshi's in second. I'm in third. And Daisy's in last. Now we head into the final 5. Anything can happen, especially since it's time for Chuck Charity. So since Daisy's in last place, she's going to be getting a piece of dual candy. Alright, time to plop coins all across the board now. Alright, let's see what happens in the last 5 turns. I won for Yoshi this time. Alright, not a good time for me to bring out my bowl candy right now. I'm a 7.
Uh-oh. I think I know what this means.
Oh boy, Daisy's bringing out her Schwab candy right here. So it's pretty likely that she's gonna get to be, yeah, she did it at 5, so there goes half my money.
I was honestly thinking it was a dual you, but
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too right there, but I'm surprised right here that she actually went with something different. Now Bro's gonna bring out her Springo candy right here. This is very much gonna help her out no matter what. And she's going where Daisy's at. And she gets a 10, and that's also going to be another star for her already.
honestly, at this rate, I believe Birdo's gonna win this game.
Yeah, she just has such a big lead over all of us right now. I don't really see how much of a chance we can have right here at trying to win at this rate. Now Bro's gonna get herself some Bryce candy. Alright, 1 versus 3. And we're playing Thrash and Crash.
This minigame isn't all that bad when you're the team side, but even then, excuse me. This minigame is alright.
Yeah, I personally do think they did a great job on this minigame right here where the solo player tries to trick the team players on the skateboards with those traps that are out there. But I've got to be very well aware of the different kinds of obstacles you got to avoid along the way on this one, on the different times that you're on the team side. So it should be simple enough for me to survive here. Yep, we got it.
Easy victory.
Yeah, I can 100% agree with that. Alright, now we've got 4 more turns to go. Yoshi gets an 8, and now he's getting on the board with this free star. And Yoshi's paying for this dolphin shuttle. And there goes some of his coins on the red space. Okay. So, I'm not really too sure about my bowl candy, but Daisy does have 8 coins, and we can only steal up to 10, but what do you think we should do with that?
I mean, she's literally right there, so you may as well use the bowl of candy, especially in case of the candy bonus pops up.
Yeah, it could especially really be helpful for us later on, too, if that comes up at the end of the game. So we'll go ahead and use it there. And we get a 10. So say goodbye to all your money, Daisy. And now we're on the board with a star.
Daisy lost some money. What inspired Daisy? That's SpongeBob movie reference.
Yeah, if any of you guys do remember watching that movie, you should know what Dominic is talking about. Well, we lose coins on the red space right there, but oh well. And Daisy gets an 8, and now she's getting a star. And speaking of SpongeBob, later on, toward the end of this year is when they're going to be releasing a 4th SpongeBob movie in theaters.
Yeah, basically, for those who don't know me, I'm a big SpongeBob fan, but I'm not going to go into details in terms of that right now. With that being said, now pretty much everybody's on the board now.
Yeah, everybody's got at least 1 star right here. I do like SpongeBob as well myself, but I don't watch it a whole lot compared to how much I used to in the past, but it still is a nice show from time to time for me to watch. Okay, so anyways, it's time for a 1 versus 3 mini game. And we're playing Snow Way Out.
And the funny thing is, with this particular minigame, basically the snow tubing minigame in Mario Party Superstars, Tube It or Lose It. I think at the end of that minigame, I think it's the same house.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do remember on that as well. And to be more fair, and not only is that particular minigame in Mario Party Superstars, it was originally in Mario Party 5. Alright, so I'll have to be here to try to survive, but let's try to stay focused. Alright, 5 seconds left. Okay, we got it! We definitely handled that one very well. Alright, still got 3 more turns left. Yoshi's getting a 3. What a 1 right there. Gosh dang it. Yeah, considering when 2 players land on the same space on those kinds of Mario Party games. And it looks like Daisy is stealing away 10 coins from each of her opponents with the vampire candy that she bought out. So she's getting 30 coins overall on that. And she's getting an 8. She's also going to pay for this dolphin shell too. Basically, those coins that she just stole from her opponents really helped her out in using this dolphin shuttle. Looks like she's buying some candy over here as well. And she's buying Springo candy. Burrow's gonna bring out her rice candy. Four, 7, and 9 for a total of 20. Let's see what candy she's buying. Bolo candy. Looks like she's gonna pay for this dolphin shuttle as well. Well, she just barely avoided that green space there, but she's still losing coins on the red space. Alright, 1 versus 3 for this one. And we're playing Picture Perfect. We got Yoshi and Daisy as our teammates for this one. Let's see what happens.
And then, anyway, this minigame reminds me of this minigame reminds me of that one minigame in Mario Party 3, where basically you gotta match the characters, picture.
Oh yeah, I certainly really do like that minigame a lot right there for sure. Alright, got the first one. But between this one and the one that you were just talking about, easily the one on Mario Party 3 that you're talking about has to be better.
And I would agree on that, especially with the silly faces you can make.
Oh yeah, that's just what makes it so good. And not only that, that minigame that we're talking about on Mario Party 3 easily has to be one of the best ones on that particular game. But anyways, we pull off an easy win.